Thank you, Pat. Warmest welcome to those of you who are just joining in. So our flow, as Pat just shared, we'll have words from our elders, and then we'll drop into silence together and really tune in. And then after 5 minutes of silence, we'll invite reflections and sharing either through the chat or verbally, really from your hearts. Right? This is to really activate this practice of speaking from deep presence. And so we welcome you, Nanette and Lys from South Africa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please, if you'd like to unmute and share, we welcome your words and welcome your presence. It's so good to see you here.
Yeah. Cái sự đặc cảnh cần điều hòa, nghĩ đi đặc cảnh thao, chỉ ít đặc cảnh ngã đi, ý ha cao thầm ngủ, ở đó cái sự hoạt khơi na, can sản sản, chỉ khơi ít chừng ăn xin na, chỉ đi khơi ít đi, không ăn xin na, để cái sự can bà ha, các mà hệ cái chế ít sa đã hóa đây và ung sa, abo mà sa đã hóa đã, để cái chế sa cũng mà khai sa. Hubuda ka habisina, tikau sa dramato. Idakan kobaku, idakan tuikau kay paaboba. Gastama dara hetse, kadu mga kumi dara kankan sita. Idakan nedagi koi alha, inyhungwa sadu di teka, sida di teka, ikan sada di tekoi, iji bensina, insina. Sa đã ngay hết căng hả, chỉ sa đã ít nung mà, chỉ sa đã chạy, chỉ sa đã khai, ni đâu mà, ni class mà ai bị khô đặt cả, mà ta đang làm ai bà cô, ada chạy xem, nào xong mà không đi, chạy sa ta ra sao ô, các mà ta ra hoa, sắm đi cây khun đi cây khun à, ăn chạy bà hết chỉ mà đã, đi ra cái nhiều hơn cả, đã căng cả, cây sẽ được căng căng.
See if maybe give us a concept of the talk.
Baie dankie vir die ontmoeting en die weersiens van die ander kant van die wêreld.
So what Lys was saying, some of it I'm just interpreting. She says, thank you very much for this meeting again. And thank you that you can meet people on the other side of the earth today.
En sy kan nou moeg wees, maar sy gee in die diepste van haar binneste.
So she even if she might be tired, but from the deepest part of her heart and the deepest part of she's with you all.
En sy bring al die ouers vandaag, bring sy saam. En sy deel die woorde met respect. En met liefde van moeder aarde.
So she's bringing all the elders that with love and respect for Mother Earth.
Si sase, ija abuka, astare ko di guru misi. Sase kung wahu na gitani, din kuwa ka, si sada di kay kun ka. O sase ira, sase di nga, bahu, si sase di, ka di hu, tumaro na kay, nas kamata abu bahichi ni kuwa wasi tanya astare ko isi, si tumaro na tani. Kas kama dia abu bekai sekan ha. Hitches ko sa tengwa. mà tí cây con tôi để chế mà sung in karu dignity dan isi in kan ina wasi itari kuisi akan tai cái sự đó cả
Nou, wat ze zei, alle vrouwen daar is en wat betrokken is. Hier, ons moeders, het ons die pad gelopen. En ons heeft die pad gelopen met geboorte en met kracht uit ons baarmoeders. En die liefde wil sy oordra en die geseentheid wil sy oordra. En sê die krag is daar vir vrouens wat kinders groot gemaak het, vrouens wat moet nog kinders kry, babas moet nog kry. Moeder Aarde is daar om die krag en die lig te gee vir aan my.
So all the women that are present here today and all the elders, we got our strength from our mothers. We got our strength from our mothers' wombs. And to all of us that is present here, that has given birth, that still needs to give birth, Mother Earth is here to help us all with this birthing, for the birth that we've given and the birth that we are going to give.
last thing. So si se inin ko ebe hitse harase astarasi. Si se ganyi abok titkay. Si nin ko itara hitse kumo da damagan iyo. Astarasi. Wan insi ki hitse tarasi ha. Ise ganyi ko iba anong abok titkay. Si si dati kay kundi gaisip ka. Sa gini ko ebani konani ang ba sini gagasis kondisa insui ang kasi to kan
Ja, wat is moeder Aarde heeft geboorte gegeven en weerskaat die geboorte aan ons vrouwens. En ons vrouwens, ze is baie dankie vir ons vrouwens. Het geboorte gegeven en wat die kracht het. En vandaag vra sy vir die grootgees. Baie dankie dat hierdie kracht van ons grootjies en van ons oma's en van almal van moeder Aarde af vir ons die pad sal met ons vorentoe saam.
So Mother Earth birthed us all. And so and gave us the strength. So today she asks all the elders and everybody that is present here and Mother Earth with this birth that and the Creator to give us strength to walk this path into the future. So thank you. I'd like to introduce, we haven't introduced Isak, but this is Lys's husband, and she felt that he should participate and meet her friends because he wasn't part of all of this. So he's translated for us. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your words and for your presence. It's so good to see you again, and it's so nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Auntie Sabra, can you hear us well? And would you like to speak now?
Aloha, we're here in a beautiful huddle of women listening close around our speakers. So now we're walking with Auntie Sabra as the sun is rising here in Kaua'i. Blessings on this new day energy, the dawning.
Well, maybe while you get set up, Kelly, then we'll ask Iya. Iya, perhaps you could join us now, or Auntie.
Right, aloha kakahi akakako. Everyone from the island of Kaua'i, with all of these beautiful people here. We greet you, we send aloha to each and every one of you. And we ask for harmony and peace, and beauty.
Yeah, later. Yeah, later.
Oh, a little later.
Yeah, so we'll welcome some of the other elders now. I think Susanne and
All right. So Kels tells me that we are going to move to Susanne and some of the other elders now. Prajna, is that correct?
Sure.
We
that's
can't hear
perfect.
you very well.
Yeah. I think
It's very
also
windy
when,
out here.
yeah, when
It's very
Mahina, Auntie, when Mahina covered your head with the towel, that really helped cut down the wind. So maybe when Saber sings again, Kel, we could cover, because it's really hard to hear. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you for this beautiful chant. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you all. Iya, I'll turn to you, please, and we'll come back to you, Auntie.
St. Croix, are you calling me?
Yes.
Okay, good morning. What am I supposed to say to you other than good morning from St. Croix, Virgin Island? I am Iya Tahirah, also Iya Omitoke, the carrier of the sacred waters and primordial energy for Mother, the ocean mother, where all life inspires from. I was brought to these waters 21 years ago to be here in St. Croix, and I wasn't sure that I was hearing the ancestors right. I came to visit, and I was told that I needed to come back and hold these waters here in St. Croix. And it's just in this time that we're in to understand these waters, that we all, the water that we hold is this ambiotic water of mothers. And when we remember that we are connected through these ambiotic fluids, and they run strong to all of our wombs, our mothers. We all are connected in that way, that we remember these streams of water. Today is really a grand opportunity for us to recalibrate these energies within ourselves, within our wombs, and to remember that we know the way, that the mother is awakening in us again, that sacred memory of mother that connects to her, and that we, the women, know the way to recalibrate this energy and heal these wounded places within ourselves. We're able to go there and look at those shattered places and remember what part of, well, how are you speaking to me? Womb, medicine, how are you speaking to me and guiding me today? To remember my sacred order, my sacred agreement,
that I made with you, Mother. How you guided me today. So I invite all of us to go to that place, not resist that place that is wounded within the womb, but to embrace it and hold it in our hands and speak to it as a gift, as a lesson to what I have learned in this wounded place. What have you taught me? And bring it back as a gift for healing Mother Earth. And just as we was given those 4 directions, in those 4 directions, we can travel ourselves in those wounded places and look again along our journey, how we have been wounded. How do we recalibrate this energy today and bring it home for the healing of ourselves, our families, and our communities? And that's the medicine that I want to bring for us today, is being able to sink deeply into this water that leads us home. I think my father was dreaming this when he named me. My original name was River Lee. That he was dreaming, and it says that the river finds her way back to source. The river finds its way back to the source. So we are more than this human, this body, this vehicle that carries this deeper knowingness, what I call this soul energy that calls to us that everything that we have experienced, it has been about this experience, this ever evolving evolution, and that we now can name it, and we now can bring it forth, and we now can say, I am so grateful. These are the lessons that I learned from you, my dear ancestors, you who walked this path of woundedness. I carry you within my womb, and I now know, I now have the capacity to recalibrate this energy and bring us homeward. And I feel that that's where we're coming. We are coming home. We're coming home to that green land. We're coming home to that prairie. We're coming home where the waters run clear and free again. But we the women, we the elders, must come to know and recalibrate this energy within ourselves and know that we are that wounded generation. We are that future generation in this here now moment. We are the ones that we have dreamed of. We are the ones that we have called for. So I invite us to join today in that inner knowingness of womb time. Feel that in your, and if you put your hands there, you can feel the connection of each woman here in that womb. Just feel that connection and feel that joint connection and this big umbilical cord moving around and connecting us all back to the center in this sacred agreement to come home again, to remember the original blueprint, the original agreement that we made as a humanity, as a human species together. And so it be.
What a transmission. Thank you, Iya. So beautiful. Thank you. Sabra, if you can hear us now, maybe we'll try again without the wind, and we'd love to hear words from you as well. Yeah, Kel?
Are you speaking to us, Prajna? Sorry.
Prashna, could you speak up, please?
Yeah, we'd love to hear some words from you now too, Auntie. Just
Okay.
any words from your heart.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
So we are here at Kalia Point outside and the beautiful sunrise. And there was a cloud formation. Someone took a picture of it. I don't know if they were able to send it to you. But it looked like a dragon. And it looked like someone riding on it, a female, who was dancing at the same time. And then Mahina and I are also here looking at an Eva bird, a frigate bird, who is flying effortlessly, just soaring so high in the sky, looking for the school of fish. And I can't see it now, so it must have gone further out and find something to eat. But all these signs of nature are really quite beautiful. And I don't know if you can hear, but we have a rooster in the background making a lot of noise. But I wanted to introduce you to all the beautiful people who are here with us this morning. All these wonderful people here. Mahalo nui, mahalo nui, mahalo nui. You know, as we watch the sunrise, we think of beloved family members who have recently passed. For me, it is my daughter, Ehana, and I carry her with me, and for Kelsey too. Yeah.
Yeah. Love my padre, my fathers joining us in the rainbow realm. The blessings to all our family members that are holding us with their hug. Thank you for holding the space with us now.
Well, have had family members and loved ones who have recently transitioned. So our message to all of you is to celebrate every day, to celebrate every reason, to share aloha, to share love, and to spread peace in the world. We aloha you. Yeah. All right, we feel the love.
Thank you, Prajna.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Auntie. Thank you, Mahina. I want to also extend a wave of love to Auntie Puno, who was due to be with us, and she's in the hospital right now with her granddaughter. So acknowledging Puna and Kahile, her granddaughter, and send her love and prayers there. Susanne, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so grateful to have you present with us. We welcome you. Thank you.
I'm very emotional, so you have to spare me because I have a lot of tears, because I have a lot of feelings for what's going on. So one of the things I want to say that we all have in common, all of humankind have in common, is we came from the womb. We came from the womb. It was our mothers and our fathers that got us here. Because it takes a male and a female. And so one of the things I want to talk about is, well, the first thing I want to say is being a Canadian, our truth and reconciliation is what's on everybody's mind. I'm sure most of you have heard about the atrocities that happen when our minds get off key, when our hearts get off key, and we have fear. And that's one of the things that I've worked with all my life, because my parents helped me to understand what fear is, how it happens, and how you can see through it so it leaves you. So one of the things I want to talk about is how I got here. It was a minor miracle. I was born at 11:29 p.m. on September 17th, 1937. And it was my mother that told me the story after I was born, well after I was born, that when she had my brother 17 months earlier, she almost died from the birth and what happened to her body during the pregnancy and the birth. And her whole case is written up in the American Medical Association stories. And they told my mother, never get pregnant again, because if you do, you probably will die. And I said to my mother, probably about 4 or 5 years after I was born, I said to my mother, Mom, how come you went ahead and got pregnant and had me when all you almost died with Richard, my brother? And she looked at me like, she said, Susanne, love is stronger than fear. And I've never, ever forgotten that. And it rules most of my life. I would say all my life is sharing what it is to love, to overcome fear. Mm-hmm. And I thank my mother. My mother just gave me a hug. And she was the greatest mother I could ever have. And my dad was too. And so I wanted to share that with you first. And then what happened later is we know that what recently we found out that the fetus, while it's still growing in us, responds to what is happening outside the womb in the family or relatives or whatever. If there's controversy, if there's shouting, if there's swearing, if there's anger, the baby kicks, the baby squirms. And they've recently discovered, recently means not the dark ages, but recently discovered that the child inside absorbs all that's going outside them. And it's part of that birth that we carry with us. And this comes from me asking the question recently, which I'm very disturbed about, how much anger, hate, and anger is all over the world. And I have a question. Why is there so much hate now? So much judging, so much negativity? And that's what I realized when I finally came across in my studies, that this is what's happening, that the fetus does absorb, whether it's joy that are coming from the parents or grandparents, whoever is around it, or if it's from the anger and resentment, everything else that causes shouting and derogatory terms. And they found over and over again that the baby will kick or move a muscle, what's there, to indicate that they know what's going on. They don't know it intellectually, but they know something is wrong when you hear someone start shouting. Ooh, everybody gets wrong. And that's what's happening. And I think that's what's going through the fetus and what's growing through our growing up that gets us into hate and fear. And so that's one of the things that I think is so strong about us being in the womb, every one of us, because it's through disruption that we change. And our parents, our mothers, and our fathers, but from the womb came the disruption from your mother's life. And that disruption was the moment that change started for our mothers, because they had to bring that love, that caring, that security to this newborn baby. And I've often thought of that in my own life when I think through things and I watch how my mind informs my heart. If in my mind I'm judging someone, putting someone down, getting mad at the news, I stop And I hear my mother say, Susanne, love is stronger than fear. And that is what I practiced and practice and practice. When I'm tending to judge someone, put someone down, get pissed off, whatever, that's negative, I go back to that. And I often say a prayer. Thanks, Mom. Thanks. And that's what I want to share with you. As all of us mothers, all of us wombs, we have that message to give to each other. That when we hear our friends or hear someone getting angry and putting someone down, just go over and say, love is stronger than fear. And leave it at that. Thank you.
So beautiful, Susanne. Thank you. Thank you. We'll hear from our beloved Patricia and Kelly. I invite a few words from you, yeah, because we'll hear from Patricia, and then Olivia will bring us into silence, and then so I'd love to just invite more words from you as we were sharing our intention over the last few days in this space. You have much to share, so I just invite some words from your heart as well to bring us back into the intention of this moment and the purpose of us being here.
We got lots going on here. Thank you so much, Susanne. Love you so much. Such powerful words as we're in those places of choosing each moment, how we're going to be in this world and what we're going to create. What are the ripples of our creation? And so I'm sitting here with Sabra and Mahina, and we were reminiscing that it's been 4 years since the Wisdom Weavers gathered here on Kaua'i. And one of the most potent experiences we had on the last day was we had a ceremony with everybody present, all the elders, all the volunteers, and we decided to hold a womb space of healing and to listen to each other and to listen to our hearts and to sit in silence so that spirit could speak through each heart present. And so that was the inspiration for this gathering today, that we may expand that womb of creation to all that are present and on this day, on this call and around the earth today, that we can hold a space of silence together and deep listening to that which has yet to be heard, that which is yet to be in this earth and in our ears and in our songs and in our dreams. And what a powerful thing to sit in silence. Much as we were in our wombs, in the wombs of our mothers, in our quiet rooms of our wombs as beginning beings, may we return to that innocence that Susanne spoke about, that love, that place of being buoyant and held. And so we thank you, Patricia and Olivia, for offering to transition us into that womb space together where we can sit in silence and presence and only speak if the spirit moves you to share what is coming. Or we may be in silence the whole time. That would be beautiful as well. And then we will have some time after the silence to share what we've heard and felt in our hearts together. So thank you all for holding this and co-creating this womb of creation together on the earth at this time. And blessings on all of these dream seeds that will be shared and felt, and that may continue to come through in days ahead for each of us. Thank you, Prajna, and thank you, Patricia. I'll pass it along. Mahalo.
Beautiful. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, everyone. Welcome, beloved Patricia.
It's such an honor to be here, and I don't say that lightly. I'm a kind of energy sensitive person, and this whole almost hour has been just filled with spirit and love and inspiration and wisdom. And so it's a privilege to be part of this. And something I love to do and will share with you now is I love to kind of invoke or guided meditations that bring us a little out of the thinking head, as we've been away from that together and into deeper wisdom, but into our hearts and into the creativity of our womb. So I just invite you all to become very centered wherever you are, and obviously so present as all of us are now in the face of so much wisdom and so many beautiful spirits and souls present here. And I invite you to take 3 full deep breaths in your own rhythm. And I'll be silent while I do that, and we all do it in our own rhythms. And continue to breathe deeply and slowly, imagining you're breathing in and out through your heart, awakening the love that is there, the compassion, the caring, and just feel that almost like breathing on embers, you're intensifying that love until it becomes a fierce love, a passionate love. And feel it intensifying, the warmth of your heart intensifying. And now let us move to awareness of our womb, the creativity, whether we've given birth to a human being, a baby, a child, or just birth to what we're meant to do with our lives, for the healing of the earth. Just feel that mysterious place of life generation, of sexual union, of giving birth to whatever it is that calls us in our lives. And I invite us now to expand that love, that fierce love, and our creativity to include the beautiful presences of the others here, opening to their wisdom, their passion for life. Our sisters born of Mother Earth, and just feeling the magnificence of the wisdom and the heart and the womb, the creativity of everyone here, the elders and the younger ones, all drawn to the indigenous way of life, which is essential for our survival as a species and the survival of complex life on Earth. And I'll close this invocation as we take again 3 full breaths in our own rhythm, opening our hearts and feeling the generativity of our wombs and the wisdom of our lives collectively as well as individually in this beautiful gathering of souls. 3 full breaths, conspiring together. Blessed be. And I turn it now to dear Olivia.
Thank you, Patricia. I'm in Manhattan, so apologies for the background noise. I want to invite us into the pacing where the silence speaks louder than the words. And where the space and the silence speaks for itself. Coming together, all of us, in this moment in gratitude. Thank you for our togetherness. Feeling all of us across geographies in one heart weaving together. This landing into each other. Feeling all of us together as one body. Thank you for the blessing of this moment. Together we bow internally in gratitude to all that sustains us. To the mystery of life, to the force of God and spirit and all the traditions and all the names for the great mystery of beingness. Through all cultures and all lineages, we meet in this one belonging. Thank you for our togetherness. Thank you to the mystery of life, to the mystery of the heart, of the womb, of the center of the universe, of the creation that pulses us with each breath, brings us together in life force. May we feel and rest into these blessings and feel them pulsating out throughout the whole world. Like a mycelium network of light reaching everywhere, knowing itself. So that a mystery lights up in the hearts of all beings. Right now around the world is this reminder of what is. Resting together in this one woven tapestry of our hearts and our wombs and our shared knowing and feeling of each other. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We give ourselves in thanks to that which sustains us, carries us, guides us, and speaks and lives through us and as us. I'll mute myself now as we deepen into this silence together. And feel and are sustained by and lived by this silence.
And I'll ring a bell in 5 minutes. That will be the time when we can speak out of the silence into the sharing time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
speak. This is Madeline. I don't know if you're hearing me.
Yes, Madeline, welcome. Aloha.
I have a lot of healing within to do. I would like to express my desire to connect with Pat McCabe because I live in Albuquerque and I feel a need to have some real connection versus virtual. I'm almost 70. I've been through a lot in my own way. And I just really want to say that everything has been wonderful. And I tend to cry a lot when I get in touch with my inner self. I cry. And then when we were told to take the deep breaths, somehow that brought peace. I connected with the bigger, and I started having visions of roses and flowers. And my wish is that I can bring my songs to manifestation, because I know that part of my purpose is to create peace through beauty. And I offer a sense of beauty to the world, to everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Madeline. The floor is open. The elders have graced us with this blessing, with this moina, with this blanket of peace. And so as Patricia and Kelly and Olivia shared, and all of the elders here shared, we really invite reflections from your heart. And as Kelly shared, it's really okay if nothing's coming through. We're here and there's so much that's being communicated. But if there's something that's really yearning in your heart to be spoken, you are welcome here.
Aloha.
Aloha.
And on my heart is so we know that we are all one womb. We know this in our heart. We know this in our womb space. And as we traverse the amazing exploration on the earth, Kaua'i is known for legend. She was the firstborn daughter of the earth, the first garden and sin that we were called to, our souls were called to. She's the womb space. And our souls travel galaxies to come and to answer the call to come onto the earth. And so as we are here and prepare millions of years for this great awakening, for this time when we will remember who we really are. And through our ancient technique of Ho'oponopono, it is the deep teachings of the Hawaiian, the Polynesian people, all the Polynesian travelers, is we are quantum. That means we are everywhere at every time, doing everything. So as we go into the womb space, we're able to take full responsibility for all the pain, for all the lessons. And right now, I would just like everybody to focus on their womb space and take full responsibility for every word, every tear, every action that we have done until this moment. Everything that it took us to get here. Really feel what it took and all the lessons that we had to endure. And as we bless it, as we forgive it, we go back to our mothers, to the beginning, the first home, and we ask forgiveness. We ask that we can clean that bloodline, that we can clean all of the lineages that took
bring us here, all the prayers, all the grandmothers that sacrificed, that bled, that cried. Thank you so much. And we ask that you would please, please forgive us. Forgive yourself for the moments when you sacrifice and you abandon and you compromise your soul, you compromise your heart, and you were less than, you created doubt within your heart, and we would like to wash all of that through forgiveness, through the ho'oponopono, to make right. And we forgive you in our hearts. Forgive our grandmothers. Forgive our grandfathers. Forgive the mighty. Forgive you for abusing us, sacrificing us, all the things, abandoning us. We just hold you up in the light and we wash you with our forgiveness. All the bloodlines. The Mama Kaua'i, she is the code. She is the original Garden of Eden blueprint that is remembering and reawakening within us, the sacred womb. And we love you. We love you. We feel all of this love. It is the breath of life, the aloha. Breathe that in. Visualize all your loved ones and breathe the breath of life onto them. Take the breath. Take the water. And thank you. I miss you all. I miss hugging everybody together. This amazing time, this amazing place. We send you all the love, aloha, and support. Aloha.
Love you, Mahina. Aloha. Thank you. Thank you, Sabra. Pat, I know we heard from you in our beautiful opening. We had a little bit of some technical challenges, so some women didn't get to hear from you. Pat, if you feel called or open to sharing a few more words, we welcome that. Pat, I'm not sure if you heard me. We welcome a few more words from you if there are any words coming to your heart. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I was feeling, can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I was feeling moved to share after my sister's in Hawaii. Thank you for that blessing. So, my spirit helpers one time, they were scolding me, you know, they were saying, your understanding of cause and effect is rudimentary. It's rudimentary, and they're they're scolding me and they're frustrated with me. And I said, wow, okay, no, I believe you. I believe you when you say that. I said, so tell me, I'm willing to learn. What else can what other kind of cause and effect can I participate in? Teach me. And so ever since I said that, boy, this life has not been the same. So I want to speak to that, the cause and effect that we're thinking of, that we're speaking of here about the womb. And it's because I really, as in all of my work to heal the trauma of escaping attempted genocide, and that my family has done, a huge achievement. But boy, there's been a cost to that, right? And so I've done a lot of studying in all different directions to heal and heal some more and heal some more and heal some more, so that I can be of service, so that I can be. And also, I say, if I don't do that healing, I will complete the genocide. And if I prevent others from healing, I will complete the genocide. So when I frame it like that, I get feisty, get really feisty, because I'm not going to be the one to do that. But I want to say this part. I studied, about being in the womb and the effects of, the circumstances going on around the mother and how they affect the development of the baby being formed. And, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm doomed if that's the case. Because my poor mom, she was terrified. For one, she was going to have me when she was 40 years old. And she... And so all the doctors were telling her that it was going to be a disaster. And then there were really hard circumstances going on at home. And so, I thought about it and thought, oh gosh, I don't know how I'm going to heal that. Because I felt like with every heartbeat, she was pumping fear and anxiety and dread into my cells as they were dividing. So, that's what my logical mind, and that's what our science says was true. But Spirit said something else to me. Spirit says, well, the truth is, that's part of a truth, but the truth is that your mother was gestating a baby star jaguar in her belly. And that baby star jaguar wasn't paying any attention to any of those things. That baby star jaguar was so excited to come to this earth. Was so excited about all the medicine that she could bring. And so that baby star jaguar was just waiting, ignoring everything that was going on all around, ignoring all that was pumping through your mom's heart and mind, and just waiting to pounce out of that womb and get started. So I always have that vision. My little round ears, my little tail waggling, and pouncing out of my mother's womb from the stars. So there is a part of us that is beyond these circumstances, where the spirit is so much larger than the physical realm. And so I want us to maybe consider that and remember that. I say the mind's favorite thing to do is to create problems to solve. And the mind is great at making the airtight case. And so if you've ever been in an argument with your beloved, and you really come to hard words, and then you go off in your own direction, and your mind starts making the airtight case about why you need to, that's it, time to go. But this time, really time to go, and it starts building that case, right? And then somehow you end up maybe at the breakfast table together, kind of all silent. But something happens. Something happens in the heart. Something happens even in our electromagnetic field that knows the other one so well. And even though your mind has made the airtight case, your love overcomes it. And beauty overcomes it. And your yearning for something kind and loving and beautiful overcomes it. So everything is possible. And that's why I was telling that story about meeting that young healer man yesterday, because I wanted to remind us that Spirit can put an angel in front of you that can heal you and transform you deeply, anytime, anywhere, under any circumstances. So if there's someone who needs to hear that, I experienced that yesterday. So thank you, ladies. Really enjoying hearing you and keeping this fire over here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pat. Maybe we'll just savor this silence and just pause for a moment and really drink this in and drink each other in and your own wisdom. And if you have any words, perhaps you can drop some thoughts into a chat, but maybe we'll just pause here again for just a moment.
I move to say, Prajna, into the silence that any messages that you get or message from the womb or your heart, the womb, comes from a deep place. The message I got was create beauty around you. We live in a beautiful home, but often it's messy and cluttered and this and that. And it's just a strong message of bringing forth the beauty and honoring the beauty, the natural beauty of the world. So just I invite you to open to the messages of your heart and or your womb.
Thank you, Patricia. And Robin, it looks like your hand has been raised. Welcome. Thank you for being here. You want to unmute? Beautiful.
If I may, I want to speak to the heart. I have recently been working in heart medicine. When I say heart medicine, but I trust that every illness that comes to us comes with a blessing. I've been self-healing and healing for over almost 50 years. And today I'm 83 years old and I have no medication on my shelves. And when I tell the doctors and I go to them and I say, I had cancer back up in 2014, I had cancer surgery. And the first thing I asked, well, what are you here to teach me? I asked the cancer. And when I end up in the hospital and they gave me surgery, I still ask, what are you here to teach me? And I said to the ancestor spirits, I say, it better be good and it better be a good lesson that I need to learn here. So when I got ready to go home, the oncologist came and said, you got 50% life. 50% to live, 50% to die. I said, okay, well, thank you. Can I think about that? And you come back. So he came back, he said, what's your decision? I said, what alternative medicine do you have other than your chemotherapy and your medicine? Again, he says to me, if you don't do this, you're gonna die. I said, I asked you again, what medicine do you have to offer me other than your chemotherapy? And again, he repeats himself. I said, okay, how soon do you think I need to make this decision? He said, you got about 2 weeks. I said, okay, I'll take the 2 weeks. So I went back and I had my medicine plan. I said, this is my medicine plan. So how can we contrast this? And we work together on my healing. And what do you do with those who come to you for chemotherapy? He said, well, we bring them in every other week to judge, to examine them and determine if it works. I said, okay, if I do my natural medicine, how would we contrast that? What would you want me to do? He said, well, you were gonna come in once a month so we can take your blood and tell you where your anemia is. Because the anemia count is basically what contributes to this cancer. I said, oh, wow, that's a piece of information I need. So I took that and I contrasted with what I was doing, and I would go in every other month. So today I need to say that I'm free of cancer. The next one, they diagnosed me 2 months ago with AFib, and I said, so they wanted me to put me on medication. So I asked again, what is the alternative medicine do you have that I may be able to, a natural beta block? What is a natural beta block? The doctor said, I don't think they have one. I said, it's okay if I find one? Then he said, well, you're gonna need a blood thinner. I said, it's okay if I found that too. He said, well, you know, it's danger always asking the doctor, you act like you know more than the doctor about your body. I said, well, who lives in it? So the next thing I did, I went to the heart and I said, heart, I know you're not sick from something outside of you. So what's inside that's causing you this illness? So when I went to visit the heart, I realized that all the things that we feed ourselves from within is a sickness. And we make the mistake of thinking that sickness is coming from outside. And every part of this body is a messenger. It's a messenger there. It has a message for us if we ask the question. So I say to my granddaughters now, I say, if I heal, if I can reconfigure this and leave this message for you, then you can write my avatar. You can write my autobiography. You can tell my story, because I don't know, because this is uncharted water I'm walking through right now. So sometime in these uncharted waters, I think these are great, great lessons. These are great things coming home to us. These are great messages coming through it, whether it's what Pat offered us from that person that showed up in her realm yesterday, or those that are showing up within our inner being to teach us and guide us homeward, to recalibrate our energy, or recalibrate this relationship that we have with the sacred that somehow we forgot. This relationship that we have to recalibrate and retell the story to our own inner being, because we bought a story that doesn't belong to us, that was part of what was calibrated or put in place for our genocide. So I want to leave that with us, that we go down that, let's recalibrate and retell it. Let's create a new story coming from our hearts, not from our mind. And what I learned, that the heart informs the mind, not the mind informs the heart. And we misdirected this. Now let's come back into the heart residence and sit with our heart and listen to our heart and allow it to inform the mind, not the other way around. Heart, how do you want to inform me today? And I want to sit with you. I want to lay on the earth until you and I have a relationship here. I want to listen to you today. What is the message of my heart today? So I just want to drop that into this container as we reweave and reheal this place in ourselves, recalibrate our womb energy. Thank you.
Thank you, Iya. So beautiful. Megan Poe, someone who is so adept in heart technologies. I see you're just getting back into the country and landing. I don't know if you have good enough coverage, if you could hear me, and if you'd like to offer a few words, Poe. Welcome.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Oh,
welcome.
good. I'll be the voice through the plants today and the ice as we are in this beautiful energy of, I wanted to presence, I joined a little late. Prajna, did anyone presence the energies of the moon yet? The Pisces moon and the Virgo and what that means?
No, you could add more, please.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Well, just to say that just feeling this incredible energy and of course the precise timing, and as our Auntie Puna would say, time folding, heart folding, womb folding energies of today in this absolute quantum space. And Pisces moon, of course, Pisces is the energy of the oceanic, the oneness, the interconnectedness, the mycelial. And we have Virgo, so it's a Pisces moon in the Virgo sun, and the Virgo energy is precision. So we have both precision and vastness, which feels exactly like who and what and when and why we are. Us, this group here right now, feels like us. So much precision in everyone, in what everyone is bringing, everyone's signatures, and also this vastness, right? This interconnectedness, this collective mycelial genius, which in each our own ways understands, and I want to say like heart stands, like the understanding of the heart. We've been hearing about the heart a lot and the heart technology, and it is through the heart. The heart recalibrates the mind. When we shift our heart, our mind suddenly has new thoughts, new thought forms, and that goes individually and of course as we all know. And so I'm just kind of mirroring what I feel that we all already know here, which is that as we move into this heart space in this quantum field, also these collective thought forms, these old paradigms shift like in a almost imperceptible but immediate way, you know, and that is the stuff of the miracle, and that is the stuff of the heart, which is a space of mature, I sometimes call it mature innocence. It's the innocence. It's what Pat spoke about. I think it was Pat, about seeing through the fear. Oh, and Susanne spoke about it, seeing through the fear. Love sees through the fear. So I'm just feeling if there's anything else, mostly thank you, Prajna, thank you everyone for this amazing space of remembrance together. I think I would like to just invite us for a moment into the womb together, the womb space, where when we were growing in the womb, as someone said, we all began there together, and it is the first music. It is the original space. And sometimes I imagine all of the wombs from all of time lining up behind me and in front of me, and how that would look if you were looking straight on. It would just be one womb space that can be made and remade. So entering the womb now, just imagine your own, when you were in the womb, imagine the aquatics of this space inside your own womb. Imagine that womb in the womb of your mother and the womb of her mother. And imagine all of it encased in the womb of the earth, and that womb encased in the galactic womb, and so on and so forth, so that everything is enwombed. And going back to you in your womb, you were swimming in the amniotic fluids. You were both oceanic, that vastness, and you were precise, developing exactly and perfectly as you are. And in this space is a total void space and a total fertile space, a space of complete potential energy. This is the space from all life springing forth, from zero to everything, from zero to everything. And this is the technology that we tune into together today. A complete 0 points and everything points. A chance to wash everything away and birth everything. A chance to be inside the womb and the mother. No need for physical children's, and the mother. Oops.
Thank you,
Did I
Po.
lose us? Was I there?
Yep, thank you. We just heard that very end. Thank you, Po. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Robin, thank you for your patience. Your hand's been up for a while. We welcome your heart musings. Robin, welcome.
Thank you. I greet you from Kansas, from my light center there. And what's been coming up for me is that's kind of a new perspective for me on working with my guidance with the ancestors, my relatives who've gone on to the other side, and a realization that not only do I call upon them for assistance and teaching, but also that they are learning from me and all that I do and all the people that I interact with, that it's a two-way street. And so it's a process of allowing each one of them to be out of the incarnation that they were in on the earth, that they're not there anymore. They are now in a whole new place, in a whole new realm, and going on with their learning and their healing. And so instead of always just calling on them, help me, which I do a lot, I now want to see that more as a give and take, a mutual healing, because it's going to take all of us to take on this healing of the world that we are faced with right now. And I'm so grateful for this gathering and all the gatherings where women especially, men as well, come together. And I will connect with all of you each time I'm in celebration of the seasons and the moon signs. I will go to the heart of the mother and meet you there. So thank you.
That's beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you. We're going to begin closing in just a few moments. I just wanted to see if there's anyone else that had deep insight or anything to share from their heart. Kelly, Cynthia,
All right, Praj. Okay, mahalo nui, everybody. I just wanted to briefly explain when we did our opening chant, E ala e, it means to arise, to awake. Kalai kahikina, the sun in the east. Ela e kalai kahikina I Kamawana from the sea, Kamawana Hohonu from the deep blue sea. Pi'i kaleva, ascend, kaleva nu'u to the height, the very height. I kahikina, there in the east, ayakala. For each one of us, there is the sun in the east. The other two signs that we saw were the beautiful cloud formation, and I hope someone here will send you the photograph so you can share it, of a woman riding a dragon, dancing as she was riding that dragon. To me, it means celebrate every day, celebrate every reason. Life is short. The third symbol is our Eva bird, a frigate bird that was flying so high and effortlessly, looking towards a meal, and no doubt eating. And someone here saw it closely and said it's a female bird, so that bird is looking for some food to take to its nest, no doubt. But we bring you aloha from Kaua'i, from all of us here, Hina, all of these wonderful people. Say aloha to you. And here, aloha. And I close with this chant that speaks of long life for each and every one of you. O ka ula e he akua, e nana mai ka umau pula pula, e ola kaniko, aha umaka iole, a palalau hala, a kau I ka pua ane ane, a laila lave a pui a ui ke aloha ke a e. A long and healthy life to each and every one of you. Aloha.
And something I would share, it's been incredible. I brought all my technologies. I brought backups to back them through as I had planned, but it made us all get really beautiful. Connie supporting us here, and we are all cozy in our hearts, and our wombs are close, feeling the love. And so the dream seeds of strong sisterhood is very much seated here on Kaua'i today. So I want to share and blessings of sisterhood for all of us. And as our beautiful elder spoke, I'll see you in the heart space. We'll all connect in the heart space. Always.
Oh, thank you for being here at sunrise. I miss you. So good to see your faces. Thank you for your mana'au. Thank you, Auntie, for your chanting. Thank you, Mahina, for your share, and Kelly for dreaming this into form. We know this. We know this way of being is our most inherent natural state, and it's safe to lead with our hearts again. And the world is longing for the wisdom that lies just beyond our minds and our cultural conditioning. So whatever you need to do to keep replenishing yourselves and cultivating this way forward through your hearts, find each other, find us, find your own voice, and find it all in the silence. This is our most natural way of being. So I thank you all. Thank you. Yes, please join us for tomorrow. Maria, if you want to say a few words. Yael, Maria, thank you for teching and hosting and being the behind the scenes, and blessing Pat and Susanne, Iya, and Patricia and Olivia and Sabra and Helen. I love you. Thank you. And thank you, Paul.
And Lys and Nanette and her family.
And Lys, it's so good to see you again. Nanette, who had to travel so far just to even get to Lys to help translate. There was so much that went in. Thank you, Pat. It's always such a blessing to be in your presence. Thank you. Thank you, Patricia. Blessings, Lys. Thank you, Nanette, for translating. So good to see you.
Prajna, Prajna, one quick comment. You've got a little womb right beside you in your screen. It's hanging on you see that? Look at that. Everybody notice that Prajna has the womb, and wherever you walk today, think about it. You're going to see these wombs everywhere you go. Look at that poppy. It's just waiting to spread its goodness in the world. So thank you.
Yay.
Yay. Well,
If anyone else has a song that wants to share to close, it'd be so wonderful.
Just before the song, Kelly,
yeah.
Maria, do you want to talk about tomorrow's event, or do you want me to say a few words?
Hello. I was a little reluctant to talk because this has been very emotional in an amazing way. This world, we need love more than ever. And in today's very fearful world, it seems unreasonable that we could overcome fear with love. But seeing all of your faces and your beautiful words has just filled my heart with hope that we can co-create these communities of love and overcome fear with love. So thank you. Just as a reminder, tomorrow, if you'd like to join us, we're going to be hosting our first gathering / webinar of a series we are calling Into the Heart, Indigenous Pathways to Love. It's going to be at 10 a.m. Pacific tomorrow. And I put our link to wisdomweavers.world/events so you can find out more about it. But thank you for this beautiful gathering. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Maria, and thank you for all you're doing to guide Wisdom Weavers to this next expression and evolution. Thank you so much for your heartfelt words. And Yael, beautiful Yael, any final words from you, Yael?
Yeah. Just that tomorrow's event, Maria will be hosting it, and beautiful Kumu Sabra from Kaua'i that you saw is going to be weaving her heart wisdom along with Susanne Swibold from Canada, our white elder, and Kuyach Ilarian Merkuliev, who I happen to be married to. So I'm a biased, but I think it will be great. And I think this opening was just, wow, I got chills and I'm taking in everything that was offered. It was, yeah. Thank you, grateful. Toda rabba.
Thank you. Kelly, do you have a song? Do we have anyone to sing a song to close this?
Yeah. In fact, there's a whole group of us that we'd love to share. This is a song that reminds us how when we just let go and trust and feel the joy and feel the truth of the knowing of our hearts and the knowing of Mother Earth and all of our ancestors, that we're all being guided so impeccably. So this is a song we want to share called The Way Knows the Way. You don't have to know the way. The way knows the way. You don't have to plan the way. Trust the way. Feel the way. The way knows. The way knows. The way knows the way. The way knows the way. You know your way. You.
Thank you all.
Hey. Bless, bless from Kaua'i, from the ocean. All these beautiful sharings are rippling out across the Pacific Ocean. So peace to all. Thank you for sharing all these beautiful words and your presence. It's just so beautiful. Woo! I celebrate with you all. Thank you, Prajna.
Thank you, Kelly.
Love you, sister.
Love you. Love you all.
Love you,
Aloha.
Yael. Maria.
Yeah.
Aloha, Lys, Nanette. Aloha. To Africa, Mama Africa. We're here on the opposite side of the earth, sending you love through the earth.
Thank you so
And
much.
just now it's beginning to sprinkle, and so I'm sensing a rainbow will be coming now. Woo! The rains are blessing us.
Hello.
Thank you all. Blessed be. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Pat. Such a gift, such an honor. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. Blessings. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for participating. This wraps